The video quality on that last one was just terrible. Where's the? Can we turn on the 5G already? Like, I think it's something bad out there. I need it so I can reach my people from nature. So we'll just do this one from the hotel room in the with the Wi-Fi still. We still don't have all our tools to reach our fascists, to build our fascist government. That's what that's all about. Uh, I noticed when I moved in here on Saturday, it was just crazy. There was guy was just drunk off his ass in the elevator. There were people hanging out in the stairwells. You know, it's like a lot of shit going on. I was like, what did I get myself into here? And but the next day on Sunday, it all just went away. You know, things just got real quiet. And then I met my neighbor a couple days ago, and he moved in at the same time, and he noticed it too. Like, is that so? Is this vibrational energy? Is it actually permeating and affecting our sensory experience of this world that's being projected down here into 2D reality? Probably. It's the only way it would work. I noticed the gas station, the gas prices didn't change at all for those 6 days. That never happens. I mean, I'm, Ubering, chasing, running around, trying to get the cheapest gas. 219 every day, 219. And then yesterday, 216. I was like, oh, is that my key to, that's our six square, 666. It's our number of the beast. But no, I still didn't do anything. I'm still rewiring. I think we feel it. Like, energetically, it's right in our tissues. It's the only place that it really would ever be. I've seen people, as we spread this message, you're going to get that 783 cowbell, that hater test. It's all built in there, right into the personalities right next to you. So to be expected, but it's still God. Add them all up, 7 plus 8, 18, 9. It's still God's show. At that vibration, or that frequency of the earth, that's the crest of Ion. That's the heart where it rests. The chest is where God is. So it's just coming out. It's where you started. When your heart developed as a fetus, the heart grew before the brain. We've seen what this brain can do. It can lead that heart all kinds of places. It's painful to see that in our fellow man, that they're still that afraid of a shadow themselves with their masks on. So that's our, that's our mission. So we become the quiet, calm in the storm, like the guy eating the French fries, right? Is watching it all. That's the God particle in us, So that electric light energy show out there, we're still at a stage, right? We're just watching that in Plato's cave, and we can scare ourselves with it. But ultimately, the God's right there, because you're the God watching that. And so the themes that we see out there, we need to decipher what the real meaning is. You can't go out there and hurt a hologram, right? Because it's an image. That's what this realm is. It's for. So just thinking about the numbers and how they would shift, how do you go from 783, what's in between, or there's some solfeggio stages in there, and but it kind of just was like, no, thinking about it, like that 987 show from God that you're watching, all your Rockefellers and all these characters that are tweaking out up there, they're pretty close. Like, they know they're doing what they do, and what is are they together? Just add them up, 6, and then here's the next one is 6. That's where we're coming up. And then what else is there? 1 becomes 2. 1 plus 2, 3, 6. 6, 6, 6. What's left? 4 and 5. That is the building blocks that you get to play with. And it's God, because it's 9. And I'm so 6, 9, 6, 6. What is it on the set? Blue blood. That's the color at Sherwin-Williams. If you want to go in all that, are there reptiles with blue blood that are running the world? You can go down that path and imagine all that, and you'll manifest it. But what do we know? We know that we bleed, it's red. That's what we know. It's as a 6 now, you got to be very careful about where your show will go in these thoughts, what we dream up that is out there. That's the holding pattern. That's the one you got to overcome, that everything out there is you for you to experience, to master that realm. So you can create your own show. But yeah, what's 45? Builders of the Great Pyramid. Was it that frequency when all that stuff was built? I'm certain. So we transitioned back to that place where we're just a little bit more in control. But 6966 in there, it just pops up like a textbook. I mean, it's like, whoa, it's all over it just covers everything. But love is the only power that will save the world from mankind's intelligence. Think about that. Like, why is mankind or humans the only species? Like, birds don't have dealing with all this. You can't enslave, frogs. But man, yeah, there's extra rules for us because we're that much more powerful. So our intelligence is put into a super city to be further honed, if that's what it requires. And it seems like there are a lot that is why that is for them, because we keep breaking the law, wearing their masks, trying to tell you what to do with your body. That's a really scared child, right? They're projecting out something that they're not doing. And we see that. They have not taken an interest in their own health. But they are one of our bookends, right? They're testing us. All these personalities, I looked at that, like in a smaller community, is there still this pattern of like people who can think? And yeah, it's where it originates from. We're just in a much bigger version of it, right? We're in cities full of these personality types. But 6966, there were just some crazy ones. A living kaleidoscope. Nothing else exists but the electroplasmic mind of God. This is a story God is telling to himself. May the Lord not lose himself too much in self-deception. So that's our challenge. This self-deception that we're projecting, this fear out there. There's something out there that we're not in control of. It doesn't make sense. It's just crazy. So let's decipher it and break it down. A cartoonist who says God will kill everyone who doesn't believe in him. Right? There's still that is on the set. People, there's going to be a rapture, and then if you just believe in God, that you're saved and protected. Element of truth in a child's story, but what is it really built on? Because we are the gods. Gematria, the mathematical relationship between words and numbers in God's matrix, which reveals hidden, related, encoded meanings. That's what we're doing. As they were descending from the mountain, Jesus commanded them, tell the vision to no one until the Son of Man is raised up from the dead. That's what we're doing here. So that we have some man on the set. I've been getting some of that 783 cowbell test, and feeling the pain. I'm like, no, come on. Let's look deeper into what these themes, why they keep popping up over and over and over in the media. He is the one who will build a house for my name, and I will firmly establish the throne of his kingdom forever. We are forever eternal gods. We're just playing our game down here, and we had to go through our developmental stage, But after a while, you can figure it out. Mathematics lock. We see you all now. By the way, you dummies. That's in the 6966. That's what kept dummy. My grandfather told me 50 years ago never swallow fluoride because it was poison. Is that involved on the set? Is that impeding, retarding people's thought ability to think? We'll get into the retard. I got that test. One of the amazing James Randi. When you're trying to figure out what is magic and what's spiritual, there's this person, James Randi. He's debunking everything. Keep you in your cage, your materialistic cage, where you think it's just these basic physics that goes on. If you run into that knucklehead. There is a really good one here at the end. Well, I'm really Jesus reincarnated, said David Icke. No, you're really not Jesus. David, take your pill. Another character who can tell you an awful lot of stuff, but it's really for you because you're the real God and he's the character. Probably. Yep. For someone whom you claim is so bad, I sure have become one of the most humble, forgiving, and gentle people in the universe. So yeah, we're going to get a lot of hate coming at us to test that, but that's what is all there. That's what God is. It's just love and compassion. It's everything. The alien contact thing is a huge Judeo-Masonic illusion supported by the feds, Jewish media, and Hollywood. It's already in the cards. Heck yeah. So 6966, that's what's coming in, and that's what we'll see. Am I afraid to say anything? Any of my videos getting censored? I saw, big channels getting taken down. Max Egan got taken down. Someone said, InfoWars, because they're not needed. The set's being cleared from all that. They have played their role in the deck. There's no more of that distractions. All they're doing is just throwing up that fear game. Oh my God, the big cabal. We know what that big cabal is, sitting on top of your shoulders. It's the real show, the real cabal. So it was all about the whole time. All right, let's go into what the hell is goddamn sexually attracted to children. What is that? Why is that always in the set? Why is that always on the script? I went in there and dug it up. I knew it was already there. When I was a kid, you had to go to the library with my dad. We'd look up the microfiche and look at, like little slides and trying to look at the old newspapers. I said, no, I need it right here, right now. So, zap. And before I even did it, because my heart knew. There it was. It's right there. You can go look. Just pick your years. All the way back till, 1780s. Back then, the F was a S. I saw that in the law library a few months ago. So language can just change that quick. F is S. Back then. Set's going to get updated. But yeah, whatever year you want, it's the gematria code. It's going to be in the newspaper back then, just as it is now. The Hadron, this CERN collider, it's always operating. See if it can pop out a Hadron, finished product, fishing. Yeah, so the system is fishing for who's ready to graduate. I'm fishing for who's ready to graduate. Because we're gods, right? Nothing happened here that's independent of the grand design. One of the news stories, though, in the sexual pedophilia rings and all the children and thousands of children, said they get abused 5.4 times a day. There's your 4-5. Colt 45. 5.4. It's in the code. Yeah, someone said, 80,000, that seems like an awful lot of missing children, doesn't it? Yeah, kind of like too many. So what are those numbers? It's like there's 8,000 missing children, and I just run it in there, and it's telling you that's the child is you, and it's for you to protect your children. Right? That's the thing. If someone is coming at your actual child here on Earth, will you finally then stand up and say, hey, that's enough? That's what God's asking for that Lion of Judah to do that. But now you're just saying, no, it's out there. It's like something that's out there because it's morally right. We can agree on that. Sex itself is just a category. It's a state of being, male or female. Even the verb, you sex it. You determine what the sex is. If you're a farmer and you're doing that, it has nothing to do with what we kids think it all is. Oh, sex. It's six. It's to sect. It's just divided and cut in half. You've got males and females. Sec. It's your sex. So yeah, sexually attracted. Things out of your mind. Because are you interested in your child's sex? Should be. Is that why all the Jada Pinkett's, all those kids, I think I saw Shaq's sons dressing like a woman now. Is that why they're acting all goofy like that? Is that what's being flicked up there on the shadow stage for that? Do you want that? Your kids watching that? You want your daughter being sexualized way too early? It's for you to stand up and be a man, to take over the set. It has to watch the show. But the show is supposed to be you being a man, a male or female, to protect it and guide it. That's why the 7-8 shit show back there is doing all that weird shit. Because it needs a guardian. Instead of reading the Guardian newspaper, be a man and be the guardian. Male or female, just goes for everyone. Yeah, if you want to talk about the actual act, then it's intercourse. It used to just be called coitus. It's written into the books, and then now there's this new idea that, sex is now that separate idea. So when you see that color rainbow in the heart, that's why it's there. That's what it's symbolic of. If you're just going to be a kid and be like, they don't do that. It's just their role. right? Why keep worrying about the system is going to put them in jail? You're already in jail because you're not stepping up to play your role. And it's always there. You know, I pulled up the Catholic Church, 19, whatever it was, 25, oh, thousands of children, child traffic, over and over, corrupt government officials. What really needs to be corrupted? It's your heart. Put them in there. It's always corrupt. 666, 111. I understand. The Holy One. Corrupt government official, however you want to do it. Where are you? Why are you paying attention to these corrupt government officials tell you what to do with your life? Because your heart has not been corrupted enough. 322. Skull and crossbones. Scary number, right? Just waiting. Just waiting. Right there on the edge. Zion is just right there on the edge for the beast. The mark of the beast to come in and be a 601. Take care of that. Quit scaring the children. Corrupt government official, 144. It's a building block. So we're building the heart. We had to watch those corrupt. Will they ever effing change? Can they? Is that the way it works? Or do we want to start figuring this stuff out as we make the new world order? Where is the new world order? People still, oh, it's you. That's why you're saying it. That's why it's coming out of your lips. That's why you're reading that. The new world order is the heart. That's what we're building here with these truths. So Plato's cave, we talked about that. That's what we're watching. Literally, put the Heart Institute study up there. The heart knows, right, that this is a shadow world. I mean, shadow, but it's pretty cool too. Like, not just a shadow. It's a theater, but where are we all in the theater? You know, as citizens, are you just sitting watching the 7/8 show on the stage? And just yapping at your other children down there in the crowd? It comes a time in the game where you step up onto the stage to really take control of it. So yeah, the headline in the paper, again, I'm sure I could go back and find it again. Nobody was in the office. They don't have to wear masks. There's no masks in the office because you don't have to wear a mask when the king is at home in his office, the executive office of your body. Yeah, these maskers come around. They're violating. They're trying to administer your court. You complain about the government doing that to you. Yeah, that's part of the test. But here now is your fellow man seeing if there's anybody in your court. It's the same system. It's what's the same information. Let's see if you're ready. It's probing. Moses, the fisher of men. So it's our choice to just stay children, scaring ourselves. We've had enough of that. I called someone, I said, there's too much retard in here. Those guys that weren't thinking, that were waiting on Trump to do what they're supposed to be doing. So yeah, I said, retard. What is it? What is that, really? To slow something down, to stop it. Who can only do that? But God. I'm saying, hey, I'm actually saying this, you're a God, retard. At a higher meaning, and that I want to act as a God too. But the God I see in them is what I want for myself. Retard. It's all a God number. 279, 396, 66. And it even means to find God, the God of life. Retard. Like retire. Where do you really retire except with your body? It's God, you know? That's where you retire. It's where you relax. So it's not, yeah, you say, well, someone has I'm offended. Well, you just offered up your ring, and your fence is down. Well, that's not on me. The tire is, the city in the Bible. But we know everything in the Bible is a place in your body, right? So where are you tied? Tired. Are you tied in your heart? You're not? Do you have those ones tied up? Your fascia? I know the monetary system, the guy was like, you're a debt slave. It's all true on the set when you go out and participate that and see where the so-called money comes from, but why structured like that is because we're out there in Babylon stumbling around. And there are rules for that. You know, there are rules in God's game. Like, we find that out. This is things going on than we had ever suspected. But it's because we can handle it. This is oh my God, stuff is spinning out of control. But that's because that's how good of a test it is, because you're actual living God. We're it. So of course we would make that test that would equal that, to play with that. So the other day, we just communicate so many, it's not just the words, obviously. That's slogging through these words, but how can you communicate with the breath? So I don't know. I don't know how you would ever do that. People still think they need nutrients in their body. Your body has been trained for whatever you've been doing to it to react to that stuff. So if you put alcohol in there all day long and then you don't get it, the body's going to still go through its thing that it was expecting, and you're going to end up in a bad place. So when you start chilling out on the diet, you got to go slow because the body's still expecting, and people are like, oh, this bad stuff started happening. Yeah, because of the bad stuff that you were doing. That's the penalty. So just go slow. I mean, basically addicted, yeah. That's when an addict doesn't get its stuff, bad things happen. But we're all addicts as we're eating food. The last video I talked a little bit about the children that are coming in. Their parents are breatharians, and the child is just that much healthier. Doesn't need that stuff. We know that's a stage in our existence. But they're coming in. They're going to live hundreds of years, just like in the Bible. There's nothing new under the sun. So might as well get up to speed with all of that. Did this COVID really take away all our freedoms? Is that the way it went down? Were we all that free before? This whole COVID thing, it's just the same thing as everything else. There's always something to be afraid of on the movie set. It's just fishing for people who are ready to step up. Who's free? That freedom's in the heart and frees the mind. Everyone's a slave. We all are being slaves down here. We're slaves to our projection. So, it's a nice story, and it's told to us like that to remind us that, there is a freedom. You got to stand up for it and speak. Eventually. I mean, I think that census will be a good test of where we're at, because that's what that census really is. Fishing. To see who still needs to show and who is responsible. I mean, I remember in 2010, I turned them away like 10 times, but they still kept coming back because I wasn't ready, right? So for me, I'd be curious, are they going to track me down and all this to see if I'm ready? I hope so, but I know what that is, and I know why it's doing that. It's a good thing. So everything, just maybe allow that idea that all these things that you think are an enemy, your name, are bad things. Figure out what the grand design is and then own it and accept it and appreciate it for why it's doing that, what it's doing. But, eventually you get to that quiet place where there are no arguments. When you walk out of the caves, right? Pretty impressive, but you're still going to be in the trenches here for a while. It's our role. I had, on Brother Air's page, this guy came in there, a kid, his China bull, hanging around in there, and I corrected him. And I took over to his page, and I just kept correcting him. I said, this is the way it goes. And I said my piece, that they had their choice. And he was trying to tell someone else what to do with their body. Hey, choke yourself off from oxygen, right? So we have this in the script. We don't have to go with that. There's masks and infection 100 years ago. So those are our tools to work with that scenario. And it's a pretty good one. because what is the pedophile? Will that get their attention? What if we just can't even breathe? Will that get our attention? So good. That's good. It's in the script. We have our role. We're getting this knowledge now to reorganize the way our projector is running and to help out the children that need it. That's what we do. That's what good gods do. So I would much rather be out in the in nature. That's where we belong. It's what our gift is. But we continually find ourselves in civilization. It's okay. I mean, you got to walk out of Babylon. Right? Started here, go back there. But that's our health is for our avatar. It's got to go down that avatar road for the screen watchers. So one lady, she already had her avatar, and she was like, they have something to feel pride about. They think they're finally taking care of their health, but that's because they were ignoring their health. They're denying their creator. And all they got to do is put on a mask to become more unhealthy. People are going to be more vulnerable if they're older, all that kind of stuff, and it probably does go down that way. But they're also cut off. If you're in an old folks' home, there's not a lot of love there. But this is the duality projection. It's not. We dream it up that it's it's a bad thing to pass out of this body, but we also have enough experience now. There's a relief in that because deep down we know where we come from. You can't ever be destroyed. It's just a part of the system. But what do we do to improve that? We do what we can within our immediate fascist community with our faces. Keep seeing more of that, just love it. Who are these people? If you just have like a cartoon and you can't say where you're from or anything, that's fear. You still think there's a big brother out there maybe you are doing something bad, and that is why you're hiding. If you have something to hide, you need to work on that. Swoosh that out, whatever that is. Because you're hiding from yourself, and you don't get away from that one. Right? God is right there. That's the one you talk to. It was always there, hidden in plain sight. Took me 48 years. Well, all right. But we got our tools. We can go back into the newspaper to show the kids that, look, that it's always going to be like that. Right? All this other stuff, I was just thinking back, reminiscing, in Central America and the jungles, and Reagan had the death squad. I got all up into that. I was like, whoa, man, they're going in there and slaughtering villages, and where's all that now? Did any of that ever happen except on the movie set and in the newspaper? Is it scripted in there? All that guerrilla, all those guerrillas, the guerrilla war? Why isn't that going on anymore? Right? Nothing's going on anymore. I can tell, except COVID. Now we got the pedophiles. What happened to BLM? Where'd that go? Oh, I don't know. What's next? Can we just have war with Iran or something? Eventually, but it's not in the cards right now. Play the cards you're dealt. We know that one, right? Go grab your Kenny Rogers song and see what they were really talking about. So let's figure it out, right? We're Sherlock Holmes in this realm. That's the way it has to be done. To figure it out and be the clue. They're all clues. Just a big clue set. Big play set. Fantastic, everyone. I'm off to Springfield tonight for a little R&R. Looking forward to that. And I'll keep watching, man. I've been fishing. System is fishing. I'm the system. I'm fishing. See who's ready to take on this, embody this message. So I'm like that kid. We got this thing, and we can just ask it anything, and it won't just give us the regular answers. They got the 8 ball, but now it's got a 9 in it. So Maybe there's a little bit of hubris there. I'm like the kid at the show and tell. Hey, I got this new toy over here. Well, I am. I'm gonna have fun with it. So that we help each other out, right? The life in you is the life in me, and so on. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. I'm afraid of if it wasn't the right message, then it would get checked. It would be retarded. It's not the right message. That's what God does. It's the only one that can do it, and you're the retard. Of course, you have the power to stop and slow stuff down until it's ready. Step up and be that man, the man that you're meant to be for your physical children, your grandparent. We talk about that. Everyone you know here is a child, as far as I can see. So we're on the cusp. I was like, well, damn, it seems kind of hard to be the only one out there. It's like, that's what you asked for. That's why you chose this soul contract. And all these pieces are on the board now, right? On the internet, I'm like, okay, well, I need this. But my heart already knows that it better be there. I'm not afraid of the computer. I'm not blaming the computer. We needed this because of the situation we found ourselves in. So disconnected. So great, fantastic. Turn on that 5G tower, step out, put that ZZ show, and then we got to be more creative on how to help them. The ones that are still in there watching the TV screen, choking themselves out and scaring themselves from the characters. We're responsible for those characters and what they do. All of them. Make peace with that. You're not. They're waiting on you for their instructions. Trump works for you. They know it. Why do you think were they giggling? Well, but they were forgotten. They know what it's all about. Second wave, because it's going to be a lot of things. It's this knowledge. The king is returning to the set. It's woven into our every fabric of our existence. So enjoy the ride, rock and roll. We got the rock part down. Now we got to just learn the roll part. All right, everyone. Glad to be rocking and rolling with you. Maybe I'll go back to work one of these days. I don't know. But, rewire. This is downtime. Just feel it. Yeah. And then that's every moment, right? That's that present moment. Master that one in the moment. And that's your life. There's no one else to blame to do it for you. You're that powerful as a creator. You retard. All right. Till next time. Much love.